Alright, g'day guys and girls, welcome. Today we're at Sydney Motorsport Park at the Western Sydney International Dragway. We're going to take the little Fiesta drag racing. So there's lots of what look like pretty quick cars here, so it's going to be a bit embarrassing, but I'm just here to check what this car can do. For those who don't follow me regularly, the car's just a Mk7 Fiesta ST with the Mountune MP215, and yeah, we'll just see what we can do for standard. It's been pretty hot today. It's the 4th day in September, so 4th day of spring, and it's been up near 30 degrees. There's people walking around everywhere. I'm in lane 5. Lane 6 is where the serious drag cars go, so I'm next to a Camaro with really wide slick tyres and wheelie bars, and behind him is an old Skyline. He's here pretty much every week and he runs constant 9-second passes, so I'm glad I'm not racing them. But yeah, we'll just see through the night. Usually times drop as the temperature drops. After the sun goes down behind the Blue Mountains and the air temp starts to drop. Anything in the 15s I'll be happy with. So we'll see how we go. I haven't bothered to lower tyre pressures or anything like that. So let's just see what happens. Let's have some fun. Alright, so Aussies take their drag racing pretty serious. There's this awesome Z28 Camaro. I'll go around the back and show you the slicks on that. This thing looks like a bit of a sleeper. I bet it does about 12s, but we'll see. So he's going to be against this Evo, or I don't know if it is a real Evo, but this Lancer. Then there's my car, and I've got a pretty serious sounding Commodore behind me, so that's going to flog me. But there's plenty of V8s. Aussies love them, take it all pretty serious. This is a new thing for the Sydney Dragway, the full drives and utes and everything. So the sun's starting to go down. It's starting to cool off just a little bit. So fingers crossed it gets nice and cold. Let's go and have a look at these two drag cars. So this is the old Skyline. I first saw this thing about 10 years ago. Oh yeah. Yep, and then there's the Camaro in front of that. That's what will be going against me. It's not going to be very fair, but bit of a mismatch. And then there's this too. Alright, racing doesn't start for half an hour, so just going to relax for a bit and just wait. I'm in lane 5, so they'll go in numerical order, so we'll just have to wait my turn. So maybe a 16 or a 17 at first, and then hopefully we can work our way down to a 15. Alright, so it turns out the adrenaline got the better of me and I forgot to press record. So I've done one run. Trying to see where it says the track temp. Before I went out, the app told me it was just under 24 degrees Celsius. So my first run, 2.4 60-foot time, which I don't know, I might not get any better than that with this. Mile an hour was 94.84 and my quarter mile time was 15.313. So I don't think that's a bad result. First time out in the car doing this, first time drag racing in a very long time, and even when I did, I wasn't any good. So let's see when the temperatures drop, let's see if the times get any better. Yeah, I didn't give it too much of a hard time. I changed at about 5,500 RPM. Power starts to drop off after that anyway, so that's where I was changing. Across the line in 4th, so hopefully I'll record the next one. Alright, so you're joining me at the end of my second run. Didn't press record again, but I got off the line a lot better that time, but then I think I hit limiter in first. So I'm not expecting my time to be any better this time around. It's really off-putting being next to really loud cars that are running 10-second quarter miles. So I'll get a couple more runs in before home time. I'll record a couple. Alright, so that second run. Temperature was about 22 degrees outside. It's not starting to cool off just yet. Got off the line okay. A lot of wheel spinning first. Hit limiter because I couldn't hear my car because I was next to this thing, which has just got an exhaust that dumps before the diff, and he ran an 11 flat. So that run for me was a 15.3 with the wheel spin and hitting limiter in first. So there's definitely room for improvement. I will press record on the next run, but so far mid 15s, it's about as good as what I could hope for. Alright, that run felt alright. Little bit of wheel spin off the line, but all in all, gear changes felt alright. No excess spin in second or anything like that, so be keen to see if that time was better than my first time of 15.3. Definitely felt better coming off the line and shifting in a second and whatnot. So we'll see. I did try short shifting a little bit into third. Felt like I was in third for a long time, so we'll see if that had any effect on it. But if I get another run tonight, it's been ages between runs, I'll just rev it out in second and shift into third. One thing I will add, on the return lane last time, on the other side of the track where the grassy hill is, the spectators' grassy hill, they had to stop racing because they had to chase off a kangaroo. That was pretty entertaining, I guess. But yeah, let's grab the ticket, we'll compare some numbers and see how we went this time. Alright, so as good as that run felt, it was actually slower. That one was a 15.8. Did get a bit of wheel spin again, just in first, but it still felt good. It still felt like a good launch, but my 60-foot time was the slowest yet at 2.6. I've just checked the temperature now. It's about 15-20 minutes after my last run, and it's dropped down to about 18. So the temperature's coming down, but the times are going up. So I'm just gonna not try anything fancy next time. I'm just gonna get off the line and just rev it out and try and minimize wheel spin. This is it, last run for the night. My times have been getting slower, so fingers crossed. I'm just gonna keep it really basic and you know, see if I can at least match that 15.3 from earlier in the night. Am I going? I'm not going too far. I don't want to comment too much. That BMW was friggin' quick. I think that was the one that I was up against in the first race, and that ran an 11-second pass. But no, I feel like I got a lot less wheel spin on that one. I guess we'll have to wait and see the ticket. The car's performed well though, there's been no issues. This rear motor mount's helped, there's been no torque steer. It's just gone in a straight line, which has been pretty awesome because before there used to be a lot of torque steer. But yeah, this will be my last run for the night now. So let's see if I can improve on a 15.3. Thank you. Alright, that's it for the night. We'll go home. I'll have a look at my slips another time and finish off this video. That run was another 15.7. So mid-15s is about where it's at. My first run, I don't know if this will pick it up, was my best run at 15.3. At just under 95 miles an hour. So yeah, it's a lot of waiting around for a short time actually racing your car, so I won't be rushing back. But anyway, it's done. I've got a sort of base figure of where the car's at, and if anything improves in future, then you know they're the times to beat. Alright, we'll go back and we'll have a quick look at the tickets and finish off the video. Back home in the man cave, let's check out these tickets. I'll just go through them in the order of the runs that I did. The first two obviously didn't press record. I think it takes so long for you to get round to doing your run. Once you're there, you end up watching all the other bloody cars in front of you go. And then, yeah, forgot to press record. Anyway, first run was my best run. Temperature outside was about 23, 24 degrees. And I was next to a BMW M4 that ran 11.6, so that was embarrassing. But 15.3, 15.313 was my time at 94.84 mile an hour. 60 foot time, now I don't know much about drag racing, but 60 foot time was 2.475. Doesn't matter what car I drive, 2.4 60 foot time at every single ticket, except for the ones that get worse here, but that's about the best I can get. This run, I just sort of guided it off the line. I didn't do anything too harsh with it and just tried to shift around 5,500 RPM. There wasn't any wheel spin that I noticed, and yeah, the torque mount, the rear motor mount, did its job. There was no torque steer, there was no wheel hop, there wasn't anything. So that was probably the cleanest run, but it felt the slowest. So, but yeah, 15.3. Second run, I was next to that orange thing that I showed earlier. That was loud. It was quite off-putting because I really couldn't hear my own car. 60 foot time there was 2.5, and I did a 15.511 at 93.35 mile an hour. That one, because I couldn't hear my own car, there was lots of wheel spin that I didn't control very well, and there was a hit limiter in first. So and that was due to not being able to gauge the wheel spin and the noise. So that one could have been a better run, but that was a 15.5, and the temperature hadn't dropped too much by then. Third run was at 8 o'clock, so an hour and a half after my first one pretty much. And this is my worst run, and that was a 15.885. I was next to another BMW, and that ran a 12.055. So back when I used to go a long time ago, 13, 12, 11 second cars were fastish cars and really common, and now there's just heaps of like 10 and 11 second cars there. So there's lots of fast cars that were there on the night. But yeah, 15.885, 2.6 60-foot time. I think I short shifted from second to third on that run and was in third for a long time, but again, lots of wheel spin and my phone's going off, and yeah, well, it wasn't a great run. It didn't feel too bad, but obviously the time. One thing I will mention about these last two, the first two runs I was near the front of the line, so when they call you up and say start your engines and get ready, there was a lot less time idling and just edging forward. So I'm just wondering if there was a bit too much heat got into everything, because the last two especially, I was right near the back of the line. It took a long time idling to get down to the actual lane and have my run, so the car had been running for a while, sort of edging on and off the clutch all the time. So yeah, I'm not a great driver, but that's my excuse. Last run, again, felt pretty alright. The thing I did different to the first run in this one was I revved it right through to about 6.5 rather than changing around 5.5. Again, 2.5 60-foot time, 92 mile an hour, so that one was a bit low on mile an hour, and did a 15.7. So, I mean, consistently, you know, within half a second. That run again, I was against the BMW M4, and that ran at 11.6. So, I mean, we don't buy Fiestas for drag racing, but it's good to have a base time. And if any mods happen in future, then, you know, we've got a time to aim at and see what's going to win or what's going to improve from there. So, thanks for watching. Yeah, Spew and I didn't get those first two runs, especially because the first one was my fastest, but what do you do? Maybe next time. Alright, cheers guys, thanks.